First and foremost, want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yashai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hopeful and sincere elect. This is Marcus from the Trinidad camp. Just want to do the edification for the elect's sake. Alright, and I'll get straight into it. This is Matthew 23 verse 1. Then spake Yahweh Shai to the multitude and to his disciples, saying, the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. All therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. Alright, so then the basis of this video is, and I believe I'll name it, do not be a Pharisee. Now the thing is that the Pharisees, they would say to keep the law, but they don't keep the law. Alright, they would say they keep the law, but they don't keep the law. Alright, so then we, not as men of the Lord, not supposed to be considered hypocrites as the Pharisees, whereas we'll go out and we teach Israel to turn from uncleanness, but then ourselves do the same wickedness that we rebuke and curse people out for. Alright, we can't be doing them same wickedness, so we can't be called Pharisees. We can't tell two-thirds to stop clubbing, stop partying, and then we be clubbing and partying. We can't tell two-thirds to stop committing adultery, and then we committing adultery. We can't tell two-thirds not to steal, and then we find ourselves stealing. We can't tell two-thirds, hey, we're not supposed to be fighting all over the place, and then we be found fighting. The scripture says the servant of the Lord shall not brawl. Alright, so we can't be Pharisees being in this truth. We have to be men of the Lord like the apostles. Alright, that is why Paul, when Paul rebuked Peter, he said, if thou beest a Jew, livest after the manner of the Gentiles, welcome. Let me read it real quick. See if I could find it. This is, I believe, the book of. This is Galatians chapter verse 14. It says, but when I saw that they walked not uprightly according to the truth of the gospel, I said unto Peter before them all, if thou being a Jew livest after the manner of Gentiles, and not as do the Jews, why compellest thou the Gentiles to live as the Jews? Alright, so now, if you're living after the manner of Gentiles or after the manner of two-thirds, why rebuke the two-thirds? Why rebuke them and tell them to stop doing things when you doing the things that you telling them not to do? Alright? Why you telling them to stop being wicked when you in turn being wicked? Alright? Practice what you preach. Alright? This is Matthew 23 verse 27. It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness. Even so also outwardly appear righteous unto men, but within ye are full of hypocrisies and iniquities. Alright, you might appear righteous, but guess what? You be hating your brother, being envy, being malice. Alright, but then we go out and preach that you're not supposed to be doing these things. But then within your heart, you have a problem with the brother on the line up right next to you. Alright? So we're not supposed to be considered hypocrites. We're not supposed to be living contrary concerning the scriptures. Alright? Let the two-thirds call us hypocrites, because they do. They call us hypocrites because they don't understand the scriptures. Alright? But when they call us hypocrite, let it be that we be evilly spoken of, and not that they speak in the truth against us. Wherever they speak against us, let it be on their part evil, and not that we in the wrong. Alright? So we're not supposed to be considered hypocrites. We're supposed to practice what we preach. We're supposed to practice what we preach as being men of the Lord. Alright? This is Galatians chapter 6 verse 12. As many as desire to make a fair show in the flesh, they constrain you to be circumcised, only lest they should suffer persecution of the cross of Mashiach. For neither they themselves who are circumcised keep the law, but desire to have you circumcised, that they may glory in your flesh. Yes, so the men that they have the circumcision, they don't even keep the law, but then they stressing that you keep the law. All right, and that is how the Pharisees were. All right. Are we not supposed to be like that? We're not supposed to be stressing that 2/3 keep the law when we ourselves found not to be keeping it. We have to try our best to live the lifestyle that we preach. Keep the laws to your utmost best of your ability while keeping faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because you're going to be saved by faith. But you also have to keep the laws, because the laws is the schoolmaster that bringing you unto Yahushai, that presenting you clean unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Alright? So when we bring somebody in the truth and we say, hey, this person living good, you know, they keeping the laws, whatever, and we're not keeping it there, we glory in their flesh. We glory in that they're keeping the law, but that you help them to be clean. But guess what? The scripture said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Alright? You're supposed to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Alright? That is why Paul said, after he had taught others, that he himself go become an outcast, because you didn't practice where you preach. So if you don't practice where you preach, guess what? The one that you taught, that keeping the laws, that living up and trying to live a perfect lifestyle, guess what? They're gonna make it on the charts, but you're gonna be left behind. It's 2 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 1. Do we begin again to commend ourselves, or need we, as some others, epistles of commendation to you, or letters of commendation from you? Ye are our epistles written in our hearts, known and read of all men. Because the men that you teach, they keep the scriptures, and we all supposed to be walking personifications of the scriptures. We're supposed to be living the life that the Lord set out. The scripture said, take heed of the high priest Yahushai. So just like Yahushai walk blameless in this way, we're supposed to arm ourselves with that same mind. Verse 3, for as much as ye are manifestly declared to be the apostles of Mashiach, ministered by us, written not with ink, but with the Spirit of the living power, not in tables of stone, but in fleshy tables of the heart. So we're supposed to not walk as according to the old man, but of a new man. Alright? And what we teach, the scripture said, thou art inexcusable, O man. Alright? Thou that condemn is do is the same thing. We can't condemn somebody and then doing the same thing. Alright? When we go out and speak, we have to be blameless of the things that we condemning people for. That when we say, stop being homosexual, which I don't think it have any homosexuals in the camp, but hey, stop committing adultery, stop stealing, stop envying, stop being malice. We're not supposed to be guilty of these things. We're supposed to be guiltless of these things. Alright? So we have to, we're not supposed to be found to be Pharisees. We're not supposed to be found to be Pharisees. Alright? This is the final precept here. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Alright, so you're not supposed to be unprofitable to yourself. You're supposed to be profitable both to you and to the hearers. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Alright, so practice where you preach. Alright, don't live according to the Gentiles, but then try to get the Gentiles to live as the Jews. Alright, just roughly paraphrasing Galatians 2:14. Because the Gentiles are Israelite foreigners who don't know they are Israelites. And the Jews are the ones that know who they are. So we're not supposed to be, living a hedonistic lifestyle. We're not supposed to be sinning and transgressing the laws, then going out and telling people not to sin and not to transgress the laws. Then we'll be found hypocrites and be found as Pharisees. So with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. I give double honors to the apostles of great mercy that rule well. Salutations to the men of the hope and sincere elect. This is Makazah saying Shalom.